Greetings, brethren, Hausburger Donkey here, and it is time for the final reveal for the first part of the Backlog Buster project, because I have finally finished all of the Gloomspite Gitz. You might remember the first part was these, if you followed the series, of course, the first part was painting these characters, these 5. And the second part was painting all of these goblin archers and the 3 additional bannermen in the back. The thing I realized with this project is that I made the correct call. And that's something I'm going to have to keep in mind for, future instances of, something like this happening, where I'm kind of sick of a project, but I really want to finish it. Because by doing the characters first, I picked the thing that required the most individual work. Because there's a lot of different colors that all needed shades and highlights and all that. So just painting these characters took the most time, or at least the most effort. And then I did the archers, which was easily the most tedium, right? It wasn't the most work, but I was so incredibly sick of the army from the get-go, because when I started with this project, or with finishing up this project, I already wanted to just toss them all in the garbage and be done with them. So the fact alone that I actually managed to sit down and finish them all, that's kind of exciting. And then getting these archers done got all the tedium out of the way. So with the last few figures that I had to paint, I actually kind of enjoyed myself, more or less. They weren't my favorite models to paint ever, but I was having an okay time, and I got through the rest of them pretty quickly, actually. So let me show you what we also have now. So I painted everything that I'm showing you now at the same time. So I didn't I have some endless belts, right? So this is one of the 2 endless belts that I hadn't painted yet. I had already painted the half moon, the manifestation of the bad moon or something. I don't exactly know what it's called. And I had the spider swarm painted. So I didn't have the cauldron or the big mushroom painted. And kept it really simple. I painted the actual kettle while I was painting various bronze tones on these character models. So that part was already painted, and I just had the top part. And I just painted all of it in a teal, and then went at it with the airbrush and just, painted like the upper half in purple, and then did some washing and some dry brushing. And I think it turned out pretty great. Like, it's not amazing, but I think it's effective. And as you can see, there's still some smudges and stuff from the wash, because I have not varnished these yet. I still need to do that. But I wanted to make the video already because so I can just kind of get that out of the way. And because I'm kind of excited with having actually finished the project. Then we have the big mushroom. And with this one as well, I also did some very basic airbrushing, sort of gradient and a little bit zenithal to sort of have this this dust coming out of the mushroom be slightly different colors. It was very big. It's tough to get it all in the thing. And I didn't really waste too much time on this mushroom either. The base is just a base coat, washed, dry brushed. The top also base coat, wash and dry brush with an extra highlight on the skull bit, just to pull that out a little bit more. Then I painted on the dots first in, I think it was tan yellow, and then off white, just to give the dots some depth as well. So you can have it focus a bit more. Yeah, and as I said, and I did this with an airbrush thing, and I did that first. So I painted the whole thing red, and then I airbrushed with orange and with yellow, and then did a sort of an ice yellow dry brush, and then painted in the purple bits, and then painted the rest of the mushroom. So that one's done as well. I'm gonna place it here to the side. Then we have my second unit of 5 squig hoppers. I have a sort of a system in my army with the hoods and what colors they are. The archers have the bright blue hoods. The infantry with the with hand weapons has red hoods. The infantry with spears have purple hoods. The Boingrot Bounders, which are the heavy sort of squig hoppers, they have sort of teal green hoods, basically the same color as this mushroom. And then the squig hoppers have orange hoods. And because I already have a unit of squig hoppers with orange hoods, and their squigs are in the dark teal green color, I gave these purple squigs, which doesn't really show well on the camera. I hope that's better on the video, because they look kind of blue on the camera, but they are very much painted in Vallejo model color violet, so it's quite the obvious purple. And yeah, I didn't do anything too fancy, especially with the bits on the bases. I went super simple and just washed them, painted the hoods of the mushrooms, and just be done with it, because I just really wanted to get through them. But yeah, I was actually enjoying painting these again. It was interesting, because I was so done with the project, but then actually painting my last squig hoppers was kind of enjoyable after all, which is nice. It made painting, because this whole last bit took me about a week. And it was kind of an enjoyable painting week, so that's excellent that I was able to complete the project with something enjoyable. And then lastly, we have my Loon Boss on Giant Cave Squig, who has an orange squig, because that's the only sort of squig hopper type color that I hadn't used yet. And he also has the sort of dark green hood, just like the Boingrot Bounders, because he's kind of heavily armored with a spear, so he kind of fits in with them. I thought it'd be nice for him to be sort of, equipped and dressed like one of them. I put some yellow bits on his armor, just like with this Loon Boss. So I guess the yellow bits on the armor is what signifies them as Loon Bosses. And yeah, it just adds to the overall colorfulness of the army, which I really enjoy, because I think that's the funnest bit about the Gloomspite Gitz, is that they're just crazy and colorful and really over the top. Yeah, and that's it. That's all I have to paint for this army, which is kind of a lie. There's one more model, but I'm never going to play that model unless I get more stuff, because it's Mollog, which is the named troll from the Shadespire warband, of Mollog's mob fame. And if I don't add any trolls to this army, I don't think I'm ever going to play that character. So he's going to remain unpainted for now. And if I ever do feel nostalgic about this project and decide, holy crap, I want to get a bunch of trolls, then he'll come out of the box as well, and I'll paint him. But for now, this army is done. I just want to move on and do other stuff. So, yeah, that's it. Next is going to be the Oathmark Goblins. I'm going to make a start on them. I'm not going to paint the whole lot of the Oathmark Goblins, because there's still quite a bit of them. I am going to do a bunch of Wolf Riders that I've already started at some point in the past. There's a total of 10 Goblin Wolf Riders, 5 Goblin Wolf Rider Scouts, and then 10 just wolves with no goblins on them. And that's what I'm going to do next, that lot. Because, well, yeah, I just because I've already started painting them, I want to get them done first, and kind of get them out of the way. And I think it'll be something very different to what I'm doing here, color-wise, especially. And I think that'll be enjoyable. And then when they're done, I might also do the trolls from that army. But then after that, it's the Republican Romans, and I just want to crush through them in one go. So yeah, that's what's up next. I hope you enjoyed it so far. I'm certainly completely over the moon having finished this army. I'm going to take some pictures. Well, I can't actually because I still need to varnish them. Okay, well, I guess I'll have to do that tomorrow. I guess they'll have to sit here till tomorrow. Yeah, so I can varnish them, and then I'm going to also do a little video on the whole army to show you all, because I like this is something that I've done kind of before I started working on the channel. So I don't think there's any I don't think I've shown the army yet. So I think that'd be fun to just get the whole lot out and just show you what I have for this army. All right, cool. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and well, I guess I'll see you hopefully soon when I've finished a whole bunch of Oathmark Goblin Wolf Riders. All right, take care, guys.